I've been thinking about commitment. What does that mean? Why am I so scared of it? And why do I crave it at the same time? And working with my fitness and nutrition coach has been really, really insightful as a metaphor into my whole life, where I'm learning that we create a structure, we create a containment, but I'm learning to keep it flexible. And that's difficult to understand sometimes because then you hear you need to be consistent and everything matters and the little things matter. So I'm like, okay, so I need to do it the same thing, the same way all the time. There's no flexibility and consistency. Well, that's what I'm learning. I'm learning commitment through this process looks like we have a goal and we're going to do an experiment. And for me, the experiment is edgy because usually if I find something that works, I'm just going to do that for the rest of my life. And no wonder that I feel trapped thinking that because I don't want to do something for the rest of my life. I change all the time. So I'm craving a commitment, yet I know I know I'm going to change. So with this process, the fitness nutrition coaching, I'm learning that we have a goal and we're going to experiment for 3 weeks. And then we're going to reassess and adjust. 3 weeks is not my whole life. It feels safe entering in it because I know we're going to be able to pivot if it doesn't work. But to be able to pivot, adjust, and reassess, I need to come from a place of non judgment and observation. And I can't be in a survival mode and be observing so much. I can't, like, if I'm full of fear, I can't observe, I can't reassess properly. So I realized that my true commitment, maybe I'm exploring a new goal of mine, is I'm committing to thrive. That's my goal. That's my goal for this year. I want to thrive. I don't want to survive anymore. So there's a lot of things I'm going to need to put aside for that. I can't keep thinking that what I'm doing is not enough every day. I can't keep thinking that I need to stress out because I don't know if more is coming. That's surviving. If I want to thrive, I can't have those, I can't entertain those thoughts. I can't let those thoughts drive my whole life. And that's scary. That's the unknown. I don't know what happens when I do that. I sure know what happens when I'm in survival mode. I survive. Yeah, I survive. But that's not what I want anymore, what I need. So, yeah, that brings up so much fear and so much like, oh, I might die. I might actually, it's so funny, eh? If I think of thriving, what comes up is I might die. I might not have enough. So, if I want to thrive, I'm gonna have to make enough be okay, and I'm gonna have to make slowing down be okay. And I'm gonna do that for 3 weeks. That's a commitment just for 3 weeks. In 3 weeks, I'm not gonna run out of money. I'm still gonna do my work. But I'm not gonna stress out about it. Oh, maybe I will. But it's just coming back to this intention, and the intention is an anchor. This commitment is like an intention, it's an anchor. It's like if I freak out again, I know where to go back to. This is where I'm going, and this is why I'm doing it. The same way with the fitness and nutrition. We're just gonna try it and see where that goes. And I find it so powerful to do it with food and exercise because I think for me anyways it's been in, it's been how I've been trying to manipulate life or try to feel better about life. So the rewiring for me right now sometimes doesn't just look like um, therapy, that's the action right now. That's the action that I'm doing, is that I'm taking this new stance on fitness and nutrition, and I'm letting someone else guide me. That's huge. What if she doesn't know? What if I'm special? What if I need something different? Well, the truth is that even if that would be true, I wouldn't even know what I need. So so trusting that even if it doesn't work, I'm gonna be okay. Even if it's like, oh, that was not a good macro ratio, it's okay. We're gonna change. So I'm learning to pivot and change and commit. And what feels safe in committing into something, and I'm really excited about this. Just got goosebumps. What I'm excited about the commitment is knowing that it can change, that we can revisit and adjust. And I love how my spirit just lifted thinking about, oh, that's what I've been looking for this whole time. Commitment where we maybe commit to reassess in 3 weeks. And in that container, I can be free to just follow the plan, knowing that I'm going to reassess at a certain time. And that feels really freeing. So a story about parenting is in the Waldorf book I read a long time ago. They were talking about how kids, if you put a bunch of kids in an open field, like say, or I mean, it's not absolutely true what I'm gonna say, but it was a good way of looking at it. If you put them in a big, huge space, we're talking about toddlers, small children, they're like, they noticed that they would be stuck to the adult, like feeling insecure or something like that. And they were saying that it was their way of saying that kids need container to feel free, and that once, if there's a fence area or the limits are very clear, it doesn't have to be fence, but the limits are really clear, then the children felt more free to play and go out and about without being stuck to the adult, knowing they can go back to the adult, knowing that the adult is there. So knowing that the anchor is there, knowing that the intention is there, knowing that you have somewhere to go back to when you're afraid maybe there's something that happened, you can go back. The person is there, but you know the limits. So that's how I see the structure for myself. It's a way of reparenting myself, maybe not. The structure, one way of, because there could be a container and it could be a box. A container, I want the container to feel like a structure that feels freeing, and a box, I see it more like something that I feel trapped in. And the difference with the container that I thought about was that it's made of a Gore-Tex membrane, meaning that adding the flexibility component of it, meaning that it's breathable. Like it does keeps the water out, but it's still breathable. Like there's still like exchanges going on. It's in some ways like permeable and waterproof. But that's it. It's not just a big piece of plastic that's waterproof that doesn't let anything in and out. So that's it. That's my new goal in life, to have more of a Gore-Tex life.